Hello and welcome back everyone, Andy Bryan here again from The Soul Pathway, and today with this video I wanted to speak with you about the importance of setting boundaries whilst also allowing others to do exactly the same thing. And I believe setting boundaries is the most important things we can do when it comes to our spiritual journey, because what we're doing in many ways when we're setting boundaries is protecting our energies and protecting our own environment so that we're not in toxic environments that bring our energy and our vibration down, but we're stepping away from those toxic environments so that we're elevating our vibration, elevating our frequency, and really ascending to higher levels of consciousness. So setting boundaries is essential and it's important for each and every one of us. But within this video I'm going to be speaking about the importance of not only you setting your own boundaries, but also allowing other people to do the same, because often we're not respecting other people's boundaries, we're not respecting other people's energies, and we often don't do that intentionally obviously, but we do that, and it can cause harm to them without you even realizing. And it's important for you to honor their boundaries as well as your own. So let me dive into this. When we go about our spiritual journey and our soul pathway, what tends to happen is we have different people come into our lives. We have people that bring us beautiful experiences that I regard as our soul family, bring us beautiful, loving soul lessons that, generate joyful experiences. And then what we have is our karmic circle. And our karmic circle are those people in our lives that often bring about pain, discomfort and karma. And these people that bring about karma can affect your energy and your frequency. And often they do that without you even realizing it. And it's only when you wake up spiritually and consciously that you begin to realize how they are affecting you and your life. And that's why it's important for you to set your boundaries. But first of all, it's important for you to notice who these people are in your life, so that you can set boundaries in a way that you can protect yourself while still having them potentially in your life, so that you can grow, develop and evolve spiritually, emotionally and even physically, because they can affect each and every aspect of our life. So let me speak about all these different types of people, because I speak about archetypes a lot, and I often speak about the archetypes we meet on our journey. And when I speak about the karmic circle, these are often the people that we recognize that can bring about karma into our lives. And three people stand out to me here, and the first one is the shapeshifter. Now, the shapeshifter is very much interesting, and for me the shapeshifter is someone who has two faces, literally you could say, puts on two guises and can represent two different things, trust and mistrust. And what happens with these people, they can shift in the way they are being perceived. So you may think that they have your best intentions at heart, and yet deep down when you reflect upon it, when you grow and you evolve spiritually, you come to realize that at the soul level they haven't got your best intention at heart. All they're wanting from you is for you to meet them at their level, and they don't want to or expect you to grow and evolve. They want you to stay the same, so they feel comfortable and safe. And yet, you could say at the same time, if they are this shapeshifter, they can be causing disruption behind the scenes. They can have this beautiful face that they project outwardly to the world, and yet we have those people that at the same time do not project it behind the scenes. So it's important for you to recognize these people, and for you to identify with how they're showing up for you in your life, because we all have the shapeshifters, and it's really important for you to identify them. These can be people that can show up as narcissists, and these can generally be people that are in your life who you really do think have your best interest at heart, and yet often, as I said, deep down they often don't represent that. So the next one is the shadow. The shadow you could regard as something that is internal to us, because we all have our ego, ourself, and our shadow. I speak about that quite a lot. And you also have the external shadow, which is the collective, you could say, what you're fighting against. Because us as spiritual people, we go on our journey to serve a purpose, to provide support and nurture for others. And with my work, I love supporting others in terms of helping them connect with their soul, to live in alignment with who they are. And you could say the shadow for me is the systems and the cultures that are causing people to live inauthentic lives, where they're unhappy, they're unfulfilled, and they're not living in integrity. So you have these shadows that show up. And often when I think about this, the shadow aspects, these shadow aspects often cause you to stay confined in your own comfort zone, in a place where you feel safe. And yet it's important for you to step out of that comfort zone, find your own way, find your own path, and start loving and appreciating yourself. So setting your own boundaries is important, because you don't want to allow these shadow aspects to keep you confined and locked in this illusion of what the physical world is showing to you. But noticing the beautiful spiritual world is guiding you each and every day on your journey. But you've got to notice the shapeshifters, you've got to notice the shadow as well, because they can be incredibly influential in your life, and they can really bring you down. But it's important for you to find yourself and love yourself, so that you can break free from the chains and really step into who you truly are. Now, setting boundaries and allowing others to do the same. How do we allow others to set boundaries? Now, for me, this is really important, and the reason why I'm sharing this is because I also wanted to speak about the twin flame and twin soul journey, because what we tend to do is, at times, we can project onto our twin flame, onto our twin soul. And what we're doing when we do that is not respecting their boundaries, not respecting their emotions, or even their feelings. And you could say that in many ways the masculine is very, very much the runner. He's running away from the connection in fear and doubt, limiting beliefs, doesn't feel he's worthy, or whatever emotions that are coming up from within. And so what happens? The feminine aspect chases and chases and chases and chases. And as you chase your connection, what do? You constantly reach out to them. And as you constantly reach out to them, what you're not doing is respecting their boundaries, respecting their need to heal and need to grow. And I know this is not easy at all. But also, when you think about the twin flame connection, what happens is you trigger one another. And you can trigger one another at quite a deep level. So let's say your twin flame reaches out to you. You haven't heard from them for a long time. And in that moment, there's a trigger that comes from within. You feel that jolt and that bolt of energy. And, fear, doubt, limiting beliefs all pop up within you. And you find it really difficult and challenging to work with this energy, work with this frequency. And I know, having gone through it myself, going through this experience, that it can be very, very challenging when you're triggered. And as the feminine aspect, I always feel this incredible desire to reach out. Yeah, I know it's not my space, it's not my place to do so. I've got to hold this loving and energetic vibration where I can vibrate at a high frequency, where my twin soul and twin flame can meet me at the same time. But I know how difficult and challenging it is to not reach out. And yet I know she'll return when time is right, for her and for me, because we're always loving and honouring one another. So let me speak about, why we should respect their boundaries as well. Because we have these energies, when we're constantly reaching out for them, because we feel this need to be loved as the feminine, I'm very much the feminine aspect, you feel this deep need to feel loved. Why aren't you reaching out to me? Do you not care? Do you not feel the same for me? It's because we're not having this self-love within ourselves that we're constantly reaching out. We're looking outside of ourselves to connect with our twin flame and our twin soul. And you need to look within yourself to find the love that lives within you. But when you are constantly reaching out, in many ways you could regard this as abusive behavior. And I know that you're not abusing your twin soul or twin flame in any way, shape or form. That's not what I'm getting at here. But we all have deep wounds. And often many of us don't realize the deep wounds that we hold within ourselves until we are awakened to it. And when you're constantly reaching out to the masculine aspect of your twin flame or twin soul, what you're doing is you're re-triggering their wounds. And these can be deep-rooted traumas and wounds that are held within. And when you're constantly reaching out, as these triggers come up, they don't have time to work through this process of healing in order to love and honor you. Yes, in many ways they could be running from the connection, running in fear, and they might not be doing their own healing, which is essential for them as well. But you've got to realize that is a part of their journey. You've got to walk your own journey, your own path as well at the same time, and love yourself. But in many ways, I do believe when we are constantly reaching out to them, we are indirectly not honouring our twin flames' emotions, their feelings, and honouring the fact that they have wounds to heal. The truth is that healing takes some time. It can take a very long time to heal. I've gone through many experiences in my life where I've had pain come up from within myself. And, I've wanted to heal that in, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I come to realise that when it's deep-rooted pain, it takes quite some time to heal. And you've got to respect that about your twin flame as well. If they've got deep-rooted wounds and pain, then they're going to take it some time to heal. If they've got abusive, aspects and personalities as well, they might not want to look at those aspects of who they are. And why would they want to? Because it brings up a lot of pain. So every time you're reaching out to them, it brings up their pain. So you need to love and honour that aspect of the connection as well. But setting boundaries is very, very essential. And for me, when it comes to, if we go back to the first half of this video, setting boundaries is loving and honouring yourself, whilst respecting your own energy, because we emit our own energy and we emit our own frequency. And when we have those toxic people in our life that can cause us pain and discomfort, in the presence of their energy, it can be so, it can really affect us, let's say. That's all I'll say. And so it's important for you to set that boundary. It doesn't matter who you're setting that boundary for, or what person they are in your life. If you feel you need to do it, you need to love, respect and honour yourself. And finally, going back to the twin flame stuff, and respecting their boundaries as well. You really need to love, respect and honour their boundaries, and know that they'll come back and they'll return in their own time. As you love, honour and respect yourself, you vibrate at a higher frequency of love, and you allow them to meet that vibration and frequency as well. But the truth is, with all of this, you think about the mirror exercise when it comes to twin flames. If there are aspects that you see within them you may come to realize that those aspects are also present within yourself as well. And you have to come to see what might be. Fear, doubts, limiting beliefs, traumas, whatever they are. Be courageous enough to look, reflect upon those things so you can heal, you can grow, and you can become into union with who you are. Become at one with your true self, your soul pathway, and love yourself at the highest vibration. Thank you for listening. I do hope you found this video to be valuable and useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below this video. And I'm always here to guide and support you and assist you on your spiritual journey and soul pathway. If you would like assistance with your soulmate or even your twin flame, I've got self-love sessions where I guide you on your spiritual journey and soul pathway of disconnecting from conditions and patterns of your ego and the collective consciousness, so that you can love and honour yourself and come into alignment with who you are, and at the same time with your twin soul and twin flame. You can find out more about those sessions below this video. And with that, I will say thank you for listening, and I will say bye for now.